Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dima Tutorials. Dima Tutorials, as you already know, is an educational channel on YouTube, Facebook, and on TikTok. In today's video, I want to learn phrases and clauses, okay? Because it's very important to understand this topic if you are going to see it for Jamb or WASC, okay? It's very important to understand these topics. In last year's Jamb, questions were asked on phrases and clauses, unlike the previous years, okay? For so many years, questions were not being asked on phrases and clauses. But last year, we saw questions on phrases and clauses. Okay, so it's important for us to understand phrases and clauses. And what we're going to be doing today is basically to understand the difference between phrases and clauses. Okay, so that when you see a underlined words in your exams, you'll be able to know if it's a phrase or a clause. Okay, so we're going to start with phrases. What is a phrase? Now, when we talk about a phrase is a group of related words, okay? We have a group of words that are related, a group of words, okay, that are related that does not contain a verb and does not contain a subject, okay? A group of related words without a subject and a verb, okay? When you have a group of related words that does not contain a subject and does not contain a verb, you call it a phrase. For example, the man went to the stream, okay? The man went to the stream. The man the man went, if you underline, let's say, to the stream, okay? To the stream is a co-underlined words, a group of related words, okay? And it does not contain a subject and does not contain a verb. So this is a phrase, okay? Now, if I underline the man went, okay? If I underline the man went, now this is no longer a phrase, okay? Is a clause because it contains a subject and a verb. So that brings us to what a clause is. A clause is a group of related words that contains a subject and a verb, okay? When you have a group of words that contains a subject and a verb, we call it a clause, okay? So the difference is that phrase does not contain a verb and does not contain a subject. This clause contains a subject and a verb, okay? I hope you already know what a subject is. A subject is the noun or pronoun or the infinitive or the gerund that the sentence is talking about, the sentence is all about, or the noun or pronoun that carries out the action of the verb that is in the sentence, okay? Now let's say, for example, the man went to the stream. Now, the action that is in the sentence, the verb of the sentence is went. You know that a verb is an action word, right? Now, the action that is in this sentence is went. And the person that carried out the action of going, okay, is the man. So the man is the subject of the sentence, okay? Is the subject of the sentence. Now, having understood the difference between a clause and a phrase, now let's look at the different types of phrases and the different types of clauses, okay? Now, I'm going to start with a noun phrase, okay? Now, before we go to learn the different types of clauses and the different types of phrases, okay? Now I want us to look at this sentence, okay? This sentence is from one's past question. Now, let's look at this sentence. The teacher raised the teacher raised an instant alarm, okay? Okay, the teacher raised an instant alarm. The teacher raised an instant alarm. Now, the underlined words are an instant alarm. Okay, I hope you can see the board. The underlined words are an instant alarm. Okay, now an instant alarm, what is it? Is it a phrase or a clause? Is a Right, is a phrase, okay? Is a phrase because it does not contain the subject, neither does it contain the verb, okay? It doesn't contain the subject and does not contain the verb of the sentence. So this is a phrase, okay? This is a phrase. This is a phrase. So that is how to identify a phrase and a clause, okay? Now there are still exceptions to this, okay? There are situations where a phrase can actually contain the subject of the sentence, but it must not contain the verb. Basically, phrases don't contain subject and verbs, but there are situations where they can contain the subject of the sentence. So I will still talk about it later in the course of this lesson. Now let's look at the different types of phrases that we have. Okay. Now, for the sake of your exams, the questions are generally asked on noun phrases and clauses, adjective phrases and clauses, adverb phrases and clauses, or adverbial phrases and clauses, or adjectival phrases and clauses. Okay. Now these are the types of phrases and clauses that questions are usually being asked on. With other types of phrases and clauses, questions can be asked on them, but these three are the basic ones that questions are usually being asked on in WAS and in Jamb. Okay, so we're gonna start with them. Now let's start with noun phrase and clauses. Okay, the reason I'm teaching the two of them together, so you'll be able to identify which one it is in your exam. Okay, now let's start with a noun phrase. Okay, now what is a noun? What is a noun? You already know that a noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing, right? A noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Now, what is a noun phrase? A noun phrase is a group of related words, okay? A group of related words that do not contain a verb, okay? A group of related words without a verb. Now, a noun phrase can actually contain the subject of the sentence, okay? It can contain the subject of the sentence, but must not contain the verb of the sentence. It won't contain the verb of the sentence. Okay. Now, a group of related words without a verb that can function as the subject of a verb, object of a verb, or complement. Subject or object complement. Okay. Now, that is what a noun phrase is. Now, let's look at this example. The teacher raised an instant alarm. If I underline the teacher, for example, if I underline the teacher, okay, the teacher. Now, the teacher is a group of related words, okay, and does not contain the verb of the sentence. So, this is a noun phrase, okay, and what does it function as? It functions as the subject of the verb raised, okay. You can actually see the subject of the sentence, but it's better for you to say subject of the verb raised, okay, so that the designer will know that you actually know what you are saying. This is a noun phrase because it does not contain a verb, okay. Now, if I underline, okay, let's look at this underlined words. An instant alarm. An instant alarm. Now, this underlined word is also a noun phrase, okay? It's also a noun phrase, an instant alarm, okay? Because it functions as the object of the verb raised. What is an object? An object is the noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. Subject performs the action, object receives the action, okay? Raise an instant alarm. Now, there is a trick I usually give my students, okay, that help them to identify noun phrases and clauses in their exams. Now, when you have a group of underlined words, okay, that does not contain a verb, okay, now you want to know if it's actually a noun phrase or not. What I usually tell my students is to try replacing the underlined words with somebody, something, um, some people, okay, some people, it, okay, those pronouns, those personal pronouns, okay, try replacing them with personal pronouns and see if the sentence will still make sense. If the sentence still makes sense, then know that is a noun phrase or a noun clause. Now, the teacher raised an instant alarm. Now, let's see if I replace the teacher with somebody, okay, somebody, will the sentence still make sense? Of course, the sentence will still make sense. Somebody raised an instant alarm. Now, if I replace an instant alarm with something, will the sentence still make sense? Of course, the sentence will still make sense. Somebody raised something, okay, the sentence will still make a grammatical sense, okay. So this is a noun phrase and this is also a noun phrase, okay. So what you should just do is to try replacing the group of underlined words that you think is a noun phrase or a noun clause with somebody, something, some people, eat, or he, she, him, her, etc. He raised an instant alarm. Let's say he raised an instant alarm. Still makes sense. She raised an instant alarm. Still makes sense. Do you get? So that is it. And another thing you should also know is that a noun phrase, okay, will contain a noun. A noun phrase will contain a noun in it, okay? It will contain a noun or a pronoun. Teacher is a noun, alarm is a noun. Okay, so it must contain a noun or a pronoun. So it must contain a noun, name of something. Okay, so that is how to identify a noun phrase in a sentence. Now let's see another example. Okay. And let's see this sentence from WAS 2010 past questions. Okay. Now, what made her choose me? Never found out. Okay. What made her choose me? I had never found out. Okay. Now this sentence is from WASC 2010 past questions. What made her choose me? I had never found out. Okay. The underlined words are what made her choose me. What made her choose me? What made her choose me? I had never found that. What made her choose me are the underlined words. Okay. Now, do we have is the underlined words first? Is it a phrase or a clause? Okay, look at it closely. Is it a clause or a phrase? It's a clause, right? It's a clause because it contains two verbs. Okay, it contains mate, which is a verb, and choose, which is also a verb. Okay, it contains two verbs, main and choose. Choose. So this is a clause. Now, what type of clause is it? What type of clause is it? Now let's look at this. What made her choose me? Okay. Now, can you replace this underlined words with something, someone, it's any of those personal pronouns that I gave you? Can you replace underlined words with any of those words and see if it will make sense? Okay. Now, what made her choose me? I had never found out. Now, let's replace it with something. Okay. Something. Does it make sense? Something I had never found out. Yes, it makes sense. Okay. Now, sense. You can say I had never found out something. Okay. And what is that something? What made her choose me? Okay. So we can actually replace this underlined words with something. Okay. Okay. Now, if you look at these words, you find out that we have a pronoun here. We have a pronoun here. Okay. So it's a noun clause. Okay. This is a noun clause. And what's the function? It's a noun clause. What's the function now? What's the function of this noun clause? What's the function? Is the subject of the verb found, okay? Is the subject of the verb found? Is the subject of the verb found, okay? Or the subject of the verb had? I believe you've understood how to identify a phrase and a clause, okay? And how to identify a noun phrase and a noun clause. You now know the difference. Now, in another lesson, we learn other types of phrases and other types of clauses, okay? Now, if you are going to sit for Jamb next year, okay, I encourage you to join my online class, my live online class, which is going to start next month, 4th of November, next month, 4th of November, which is next month, okay. Make sure you join my online class. So starting on November next month, and we have all the subjects, almost all the subjects available. I have teachers on all the subjects, okay, teachers who joined me this year. Not last year, we focused on use of English, okay? But this year, I employed teachers to join me in helping you guys pass your exams. Okay, so it's important to join my online class if you are going to sit for Jamb next year. We're starting on November 4th, 2024. Okay, the fee is minimal, just 1,000 naira for a whole month. Okay, 1,000 naira per subject per month. Okay, 1,000 naira for a whole month for each subject. Okay, now the thing is that it's very flexible. If you can't afford 4,000 naira for the four subjects, okay, you can actually pay for one subject, two subjects, three subjects, as many as you can afford. Okay, so what is important is for you to make sure you join us. Okay, if you can't afford the 4,000 naira for the four subjects, pay for the ones that you feel that are more difficult for you. Okay, the subjects that you feel are more difficult for you. Okay, so you can actually start for those subjects and join them in learning. Okay, so make sure you don't miss any of our classes. Secondly, there's another channel, Dema Tutorials Online School. Okay, now the other channel, Dema Tutorials Online School, is for every subject. The teachers that are going to be teaching in the online class are providing lessons there too, just like I'm providing lessons for you guys on Dema Tutorials. The teachers are providing lessons for you guys on Dema Tutorials Online School. Okay, please make sure you visit the channel and subscribe to it. The link will be at the comment section. Visit the channel, watch the videos that I have there for you guys, videos that have been posted there on the different subjects. Okay, make sure you visit and watch the videos on all the subjects. We have videos on art subjects and science subjects. Okay, chemistry, physics, mathematics, government, literature, they're all in the other channel. Okay, because this channel is basically for use of English. Okay, use of English and literature but basically use of English. So the other channel is for every other subject. So make sure you go to the other channel, subscribe to it, and watch the videos that are there for you. Okay, make sure we are doing all these things to help you excel in your exams. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Okay, I will see you guys again in another video. I hope you learned something new from this video, and you're gonna subscribe to the second YouTube channel and also join my online class if you are sitting for Jamb next year. Okay, thank you very much once again for watching. I will see you guys again very soon. If you like this video, do not forget to click on the like button and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you and bye.